Well, thanks, Jeffrey and Maupe. I think to a large extent, you have the Deputy Speaker here as one of the beneficiaries of the Not Too Young to Run legislation. You have Honorable Rukayat, who is in the Kwara State House of Assembly, who is also a beneficiary of the Not Too Young to Run. At least in the 2023 elections, for the first time, you had young people between 25 and 29 who are in the House of Reps. But you see, when we talk about youth representation, it's not the quantitative dimension of representation or participation. The key question is, how are these young people performing in public office? And I say that for those of us who were actively involved, in this advocacy for youth representation, we're quite impressed with what we have seen with these young people who have gone into leadership to change the face of politics. But we are far away from where we want to be. And there are just three things. And let me preface those three things by saying, I am not a youth. I used to be a youth. Now I'm above that age, so I cannot be classified as a young person, as a youth within our age definition. But I'd say three things that I have learned in the last 2 years of getting young people into office. The first thing is there's a place for preparation as far as leadership is concerned. And this is why it is important, for young people to invest in leadership development. Unfortunately, we come and we're within a context that does not celebrate merit-based transformative leadership. And so we need to inculcate that, into young people. The second point that I really need to highlight is that there has to be ideology that drives the kind of politics that we practice. The dominant nature, the dominant character of the politics that we practice in Nigeria is not the one that is practiced around values, it's not the one that promotes performance in office. And young people who clamor for leadership cannot act in the same manner that the traditional politician actually act, because Nigerians are looking for a new lease, a new character of leadership. So young people have what it takes to provide that leadership, but they've got to be prepared. The last point, in terms of my experience, is as a country, we're not paying the attention we need to pay to young people. The End SARS protests, the End Bad Governance protests, are all manifestation of the angst, the disillusionment that young people have about how a country that is and that exists or that should exist to serve their interests is one that has relegated them to victims and not necessarily actors in the development process or co-travelers in ensuring that this country gets to where it is. Today, as you can see, a lot of young people are upset. They are upset with leadership at all levels because leadership is not delivering political opportunity, economic opportunities to young people. And I really want to say that in today's Nigeria, we have to make efforts to get young people into office. This thing where political parties pay high cost of nomination fees to exclude young people, where this political class weaponize democratic instruments to disadvantage young people. And when we say young people, it's not just young men, but also young women. It's unacceptable. And that's what young people are saying from the street and on social media.